right, here we go. Now he's going forward. Look at that. He's going forward. Now Sean's backing up. Sean's backing up. Boom. Left hook lands. Follows up with the right hand. Boom. Drops him. Constantly turning. Shows the body. Thought it was going to the body. Throws the left hook. Lands perfectly. Drops him. Comes up with the right hand. Boom. Drops him. His stand-up is probably one of the best in mixed martial arts because of his extensive background in Muay Thai and kickboxing. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. Now we're going to break down the opposite opponent of Jiri, which is Alex. Now, this is one of the fights that Alex did against the now current middleweight champion, Sean Strickland. He ended up knocking him out. So I wanted to break this fight down because I think it's a good fight of how Alex is very good about controlling the distance, being light on his feet with that extensive kickboxing background and going to the body, coming up to the head with the left hook. And this guy just beat Jiri Adesanya. So you guys are fresh in your mind that how good Sean Strickland is. And I want to show you how easy Alex beat him and what he does well against this fight against Sean Strickland. So, and where Sean, he does do a good job of walking across distance and punching, not punching, but walking across distance, kind of the same pressure that Jiri has, but Jiri is a bigger athlete and also does a different type of motion to where Sean, he has the shell, the shit going on. So a little bit different, but I want to break this fight down for you guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell so you know when we go live, baby. I don't want you to miss any of this content. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Right, I've already talked about, you know, Alex, he does a very good job moving. He throws lots of good leg kicks. So we know that Jiri's going to have to check those. Right now, this is where Sean doing this. So Sean did this very well against Jiri Adesanya. He keeps on. There's a void that everybody hates crossing, but he doesn't care. He keeps walking across it. And Alex is doing a good job of keeping that void open and exposed by using his footwork and also keeping Sean guessing what's coming. He's throwing a leg kick. I don't think he's throwing a jab. He's throwing inside 9 and he's also throwing a 10, but he's also keeping his hands right where he can touch him, right? But Sean does a good job of just crossing this distance in the void, right? Which is what Jiri does very well too. So he's already experienced this type of pressure from earlier in his career against a smaller fighter, but not a bigger fighter, a smaller fighter, and a fighter that's more traditional by walking, not non-traditional, by walking across like this. He doesn't walk across like Jiri does, where Jiri's all over the place doing all this shoulder movement and whatnot. So that's one thing that is going for Alex, is that he's faced somebody who walks across distance. Nice jab from Alex. But you see how Alex is mixing up the shots? And Sean's doing a good job of crossing that distance. And doing unorthodox things too, right? The reason why this works well, this fight works out well for Alex instead of Sean, is because Alex is he's not trying to counter, right? He is going backwards, but he's constantly circling. His back has never been on the cage in 45 seconds. He's constantly circling. He's constantly throwing a jab and jabbing the body and leg kicking him. So when Izzy fought him, Izzy was so content with putting his back against the cage, sitting there and allowing him to poke with his punches and kicks. Where Alex is not putting his back against the cage, he's constantly circling. He's constantly throwing a jab, going to the body to get Sean Strickland's hands moving. And Sean is constantly turning, right? There's a difference when you're trying to counter and you're constantly going backwards, but he's constantly forcing Sean to turn. I'll show what I mean by turning. He's constantly turning. Turning. Turns him. Turns him. Turns him. Turns. He's turning. What I mean by turning, you watch Alex. This is Alex's thing right here. Say this is circle, right between them. That's a good circle. I'm gonna do a different circle. Sorry about that. This is circle. Alex would not break outside of this circle. He will constantly force Sean to turn. If Alex goes back straight, then Sean can just go straight. But since Alex is constantly turning on this radius it forces Sean to constantly turn and face him, constantly turning. That way Sean can't really get any offense going on him because the angles are always changing, right? To where when Izzy fought him, Izzy went backwards, which allows Sean to go forward and put his back against the cage, where it didn't give Izzy a lot of opportunity to run. See, these are the things that I see, right, that make a difference when Izzy fought Sean and Alex fought Sean. Like I've seen this fight before, but I never really broke it down to see what Alex is doing. Look, he's turning, constantly turning. Constantly turning him. And that's what you do with somebody who pressures very hard. You just keep turning him and force him to change. But see, Alex is doing a good job and mix up the punches, coming in with the jab of the body, going to the left hook, and constantly turning. See, now he's backing up. You see what happens when he backs up? See what happens? He backs up. Sean gets more confident and goes forward and closes that distance. But he stays diligent and disciplined and keeps going on that circle and throwing different shots, getting Sean Strickland guessing. Right now, he's guessing. See, he's always guessing, going to the body. See, and the one thing that Alex does so well too is that he's so calm in these exchanges, right? It's almost like he's just kickboxing with him. He's just chilling. He's just testing the range, keeping that void, constantly turning on that radius we talked about, which forces Sean to turn, right? He doesn't back up too much. He constantly turns, throws jabs to the head. So he's throwing jabs to the head, to the body, and also kicking the legs inside too. So Sean has to worry about 1, 2, 3, 4 different things that are coming at him, right? While he's also not backing straight up, he's staying on that radius we're talking about. That's what's giving Sean so much problems for Alex, because he's not just backing straight up. He's actually circling, forcing Sean to turn, and throwing combinations from different sides, the head, body, and legs. Let's continue. Leg kick again. Look, he's about to turn. He's going to turn. Boom, he turns. Constantly turns. Alex does not want his back against the cage. And you're going to see him do this with Jiri too. He's going to constantly turn because you know Jiri is going to try to cross that distance. Now he's going forward. Look at that. He's going forward. Now Sean's backing up. Nice X block. See, now he's backing up. Which this is where Sean shines. But once he gets close to that cage, he backs up. He circles. Boom, left hook lands, follows up with the right hand. Boom, drops him. But all he did was he just turned. He just kept on turning him and going to the body, going to the head, inside kick, outside kick, right? That's traditional Muay Thai kickboxing. Is you go out there, you keep the distance, you keep the range, you pot, go up top, pot, kick. He's just testing everything. We call it testing the defenses, testing the sensors. And that's what he did very well. The biggest thing that set that up was him just turning that angle, not always backing straight up, turning the angle, changing the puzzle piece. That way Sean couldn't get a good offense going on by just going straight at him. So let's take a look. Look, he's always turning. Left hook lands. But that's what happens when you have that. Sometimes you have that shell, right? Constantly turning, shows the body. Thought it was going to the body, throws the left hook, lands perfectly, drops him, comes up with the right hand, boom, drops him, and doesn't have to do anything else after that. But it's always him circling what gave him the opportunity to land that, because if he went backwards the whole entire time, Sean would be able to get a beat on him and close the distance and smother him against the cage like he did to Israel Adesanya. But I think the biggest thing we saw from this is how he circles. He never puts his back against the cage. And I bet you that's what he's going to do when he fights Jiri, because Jiri likes to come that distance, move, elbows, different things. And another thing that Alex has going for him is that his headmaster, Glover Teixeira, also fought Jiri in a 5-round fight war. So I'm super excited about this fight because Alex always comes out to bang and fights, right? Now, I know I did say something about his his skill set in the past about his grappling isn't up to par, but his stand-up is probably one of the best in mixed martial arts because of his extensive background in Muay Thai and kickboxing. So, boys, if you are new to the channel, do yourself a favor, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the button to go live, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. Please leave a comment to help with the algorithm, leave a like, and I'll be in here commenting with you guys. GG's.